Brett fancies himself as a pretty good investor when it comes to crypto, right? You're always giving me advice. I want your advice now. We're at the quarter point of the season, just about. I want to know. I'm going to go through every team in baseball. I want to know, Bret Boone, do I buy
or sell?
Buy, sell, or hold? Meaning, do I
buying means I'm in on this team. Selling means get rid of them, and holding means what?
No, buying means I'm going to buy that team because I think they're going to get better. I'm buying right now.
Okay.
Selling means this is a dog I better get rid of. Well, no, wait a minute. Make sure I get this right.
Yeah, see, you got to set up the rules.
Okay. So buying is this is a team on the way up.
Why don't you just go buying or selling?
Okay, I'll go buying.
The hold is it's going to confuse the audience, Rich.
Mino, that's not real money. All right, let's get to it. Buying.
Remember, there's 12 playoff spots. There's 6 per league.
Okay.
All right, go.
All right, let's start the American League East. Buy or sell Baltimore?
Buy.
On their way up.
Really impressed. I was impressed a year ago, but I didn't think they'd keep up that pace they have. I'm buying.
New York Yankees.
Another team that surprised me. I know their talent level when everybody's healthy. They've stayed healthy so far. Cole on the shelf to start the season. He's coming back soon. Never did I think they'd be in this position without Cole and to stay this healthy. I'm buying.
Boston Red Sox.
Wow. Number 1 pitching staff in not only the American League, but in all of baseball. Who saw that coming? They're top in a lot of the offensive categories, the top third. Man, I got to buy.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Sell. 21-21. I never like to count the Tampa Bay Rays out. They've earned that respect, but they can't do it again. There's no way they can do it again. I'm selling.
Toronto Blue Jays.
A team that I had high hopes for with Gausman and Berrios at the top of that rotation. They have disappointed. One of my most disappointing starts of all this season. I don't think there's room for him this year. I am selling Toronto.
Let's go to the Central. Rocco Baldelli's. No, I'm sorry. I was going to say Rocco Baldelli's Minnesota Twins, but they fall into second place. We'll start with the Cleveland Guardians.
Gosh. Surprised how well they've done. Overly surprised. Bieber goes down. He's on the IL. He's got Tommy John, young kid Williams, who is really a promising prospect. He's down for the majority of the season. You got to rely on Bybee, McKenzie, and Logan Allen, and they're doing really good. They've been at top of the division all year. I got to say they're a postseason team. I'm buying, but I don't expect them going far in the postseason.
Well, then why don't you sell? Is this the highest they're going to be?
Well, they're top of their division. I'm buying. So, well, I'm going playoffs. I'm buying.
All right, Minnesota.
Terrible start. They pitched too well. They got some guys, Jeffers. They've got some good players. Buxton went down again. That doesn't surprise me, but I'm buying.
Remember, if this is the height, this is the best they're going to play, and they'll slowly nosedive once we figure out who they are. It's a good time to sell, and that might be Cleveland right there. I don't know. Kansas City.
Man, they've been good. They're pitching. Nobody's used to Kansas City doing anything.
Right.
They got 2 stars. They got Witt and the catcher. Offensively, they pitch really well. Not good enough. I'm selling.
Okay. The Detroit Tigers.
Much better than I thought. They pitch. I'm selling, though. As good as they can be.
Chicago White Sox.
That goes without asking.
Let's go to the West. The Seattle Mariners.
Seattle Mariners pitch better. For me, they're not number 1 right now. They're number 4 in the American League as a staff. I look at that staff up and down. It's a real mediocre offense. That is the best pitching staff head to toe, which I mean bullpen to starters, in all of baseball, in my opinion. They got 4 stoppers, which means 4 elite top-flighted starters. Man, is this the year. 1 time to the playoffs in 23 years, but I'm buying.
All right. Texas Rangers.
Oof. I can't count them out. They've played too well. They've held serve without Scherzer. DeGrom, Evaldi went on the IL. He'll be back. That offense is potent. Jung went on the IL. And with all those injuries, they're still hanging in there. I'm buying.
The Oakland Athletics.
Once another team surprising, much better than I thought they'd be. 19-24 at this stage. When you're seeing this podcast, I'm going to have to sell though.
This is the height.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think they're going to be better than 19-24 going forward.
Houston Astros.
Houston Astros. What a disappointment. That's the shocker right there.
I know, but you want to buy low because maybe they'll get it together.
Man, you look at that roster and it's so heavy with talent.
Come on, look for your arbitrage.
I'm selling.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
I'm selling.
All right, let's go over to the National League. Los Angeles Dodgers.
As advertised, 28-15, I believe the best record in baseball. They're just so deep, and they keep getting deeper. And Ohtani's not even pitching. Imagine what they're going to be next year. I'm buying.
San Diego Padres.
Buying. I think they're about 500, sitting in second place in that division. It's been a rough division. Arizona and San Fran have underperformed. Colorado's a situation where that's not going to get any better. They played better recently, but I'm buying San Diego.
So can I assume you're selling Arizona, San Francisco, Colorado?
I'm going to sell all three. Disappointingly, I said that because I thought this division was going to be more competitive. But the Dodgers have shown they're the class in that division. But San Diego, there's something about that San Diego team. They're good.
How about the fighting Phils?
Wow. Phillies were great. A year ago, one game short of going to the World Series. This third baseman, Bohm, he's becoming a superstar. Just to add to that roster of superstars, I was down on the Nola signing in the offseason. Nola had a great postseason. They signed him to $150 million deal. I wasn't in on that, but he's pitched really well. Wheeler, Suarez have been tremendous. That offense is lethal. They're number 2 in the National League pitching wise in a small ballpark. I'm buying.
The Atlanta Braves.
Acuna, Olsen, off to a terrible start. Strider, their best pitcher, done for the season. They're still 25-13, and Olsen and Acuna haven't even gotten started yet. Definitely buying on the Braves.
The Washington Nationals.
Washington Nationals. I'll tell you what. We haven't heard much of them. They're kind of like the Kansas City Royals. You haven't heard from them since their World Series run in, I believe, 17. But they've got some young, talented kids. They're going to be something to reckon with in the next few years, but not this year. I'm selling.
New York Metropolitans.
Man, what a nightmare it's been. Cohen took over, put all that money into it, and I think they're just an average team. Senga hasn't pitched for them, their star from Japan, but I just don't think it's enough no matter what they do. I'm selling.
Marlins?
Goes without saying. Maybe the worst team in baseball. Selling.
Milwaukee.
They're kind of like a Tampa Bay, Rich. They're kind of like a Tampa Bay of the National League. They just don't go away. Got rid of Counsell this year. Their best pitcher.
No,
Burns.
Counsell jumped ship to go to Chicago.
Well, he went to Chicago. Okay, whatever. Burns, their best starter, traded him to the Baltimore Orioles. Woodruff has been on the shelf, yet they're still leading that division. I am buying.
Chicago Cubs.
Another team. Man, have they pitched well. The offense, decent. Wrigley Field. Oh, man, I got to buy. You got to
find one of these that they're going to fall off the face of the earth. You can't just buy everybody, Brett.
No, I'm buying them because I'm saying these guys are going – the people I'm buying are going to the postseason.
Me know that, not real money. Come on, Brett. Pittsburgh.
Another team that's exciting. They're playing well. They pitch well. Skeens, the number 1 draft pick a year ago, came up, made his debut. I think they're like a Washington. They're going to be someone to reckon with in the next few years. This year, I'm selling.
Cincinnati.
I was high on them early. I thought this was their year to win that division. I didn't expect Milwaukee and Chicago to be playing this well. But the more I watch them, you get outside of L.A. De La Cruz as far as star power. I just don't see it. I sadly have to say I'm selling the Cincinnati Reds.
St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals off to a terrible start, landed in the basement a year ago, not somewhere they're used to being. They've rallied a little bit of late, but not this year. Selling.
Interesting. All right, so give me your arbitrage. Give me the one team that everybody is underestimated. Jump on them now, and the one team that if you had to pick one of your buys, you turn around and sell it because maybe they're playing the best baseball they're going to.
I bought Cleveland. I would sell them as I don't think they can play better than this. And the team, man.
Someone's going to sneak up on you.
Who would I say? One, two, three, four, five. I think there's 5 elite teams in both leagues.
Okay.
LA Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies, Atlanta Braves, Baltimore Orioles, and caveat, healthy Yankees, healthy Cole. I think those are the 5 elite teams in all of baseball. I sold Cleveland, which was a buy, and now you're looking for, out of those 5 teams,
I might think the Yankees would be a buy where they are today. You know, what do you want to
when this
buy low,
podcast
sell high?
We're 27-15.
But that's without Cole.
That's without Cole. But that's with but that's everybody staying healthy. Soto on fire. Judge is getting hot now. I've just watched this team too much, and I don't trust their health. Something always happens. Oh, Judge is going to miss 2 months. Stanton's going to miss 2 months. I can't. Gosh, this Baltimore team, they're young, and they're just naive enough to think we're just doing this and it's easy. They're talented.
I don't know how naive they are because they were through it last year. Last year, I could say naive.
I know, but they're young, and
they're young, and they've got
really
talented.
Good. Philly.
They get better.
They get better. They're really good. They're really good.
I'm just going to suck up to Aaron and ask him and tell him that I'm saying he's my buy.
Well, buy him.
Yeah, I'm going to buy the Yankees.
And you know what? Personally, I hope you're right.
Yeah. Well, it's about time they win. The Yankees haven't won the World Series in a while. Those fans need new T-shirts.
Yeah, they do. It's 2024. You don't just win World Series. It's not 1950.
No, but you know what I mean? Yankee fans have more championship T-shirts than any of the rest of us.
Right.
So I think it's time they need to get a T-shirt.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Would you wear one?
Personally, I would love it.
Would you wear one?
No, absolutely not.
Would you go to the game? Would you go to the World Series?
If Aaron gets to the World Series, yeah, I'll go.
Would you sit in the back or would you sit in the front like Taylor Swift?
I would sit in the suite.
But would they be showing you on television every 5 seconds? You and Bob sitting there, and would they cut away to a lot of Bret Boone?
Oh, I don't know. They might. I think Dad would get a lot of play. Dad's the only one in the family that's won a World Series.
He's got the big ring. He's got
2.
2.
One as an executive with the Nationals.
It's a huge ring.
1980. Maybe since Dad has the rings, I'd get a little more love than him for the brother that doesn't have a ring.
Right. But they would do the cutaways to you every 5 seconds like you're Taylor Swift.
Or maybe they're cutting away to Sue Boone.
That's true.
The mom that's seen it all. No, if Aaron were to get there, I think it would be a family affair to go to a game or two.